And welcome to Food for Thought. I'm Cookie Anderson.
And I'm Laura Mangone. And we're being recorded today.
We're being videotaped
We're being
today.
videotaped
This is a
today.
radio show, but they didn't tell us. Thank you very much.
So we're a little unprepared.
Thank God I'm in black.
I look
You know
like
what I
I'm
mean?
in Christmas.
We're live on YouTube right now.
I look like
We're
I'm a
live
waiter
on
at
YouTube.
21.
Okay,
My
so we're live on
vest.
YouTube. So YouTube people, this is a food show. So we talk about recipes, we talk about food trends, we talk about restaurants.
Pet
but-
peeves.
Restaurant pet peeves.
Lots of pet peeves.
We don't curse, but we use food words for curses like what the fig and holy frittata and holy shiitake. But sometimes we talk about things that have nothing to do with food.
Many times we talk about things that have nothing to do with food. And we
Like
segue
what, ladies?
pretty often into Donald Trump.
I was going to say effing Trump. We're going to talk
gosh.
about Trump for a little bit. We promised we're going to do holiday recipes, right, Laura?
Yeah, we're going to talk
holiday
about
recipes. Do we have any restaurants to talk about? I don't, but maybe you do. How we're going to cook the turkey this year. How to brine your turkey. What are you looking at?
Your mic is so far away from your mouth. That's why I have to turn you up.
So anyway,
Can you get
I
closer?
have a question. I have a question.
Get up there.
What's
I
that?
have a question.
I have a what?
Why do we need an electoral
Okay,
college?
F the electoral college, but we'll probably get rid of it. Can we grandfather it so that we can get rid of him? But
It's so just right.
I have a question though. Has there been any cabinet members appointed who are not racists?
No. That would
Oh,
be,
so far, no.
That would be no.
The answer to that is no. So there's been 2 appointees so far, right?
Racist number
Steve
1 and
Bannon,
racist
what's
number
the other
2.
guy? And Steve Bannon's title is what? Chief. What is his title?
I don't know.
He's giving advice to the Donald.
Chief
Okay.
Chief Counsel. Something
Anyway,
like that.
we're not going to devote a full segment to this.
No.
We're just going to sort of pause and
It doesn't
express
It does
our
not warrant
concern.
our precious time.
It's still the same country. Somehow everything's going to be okay. But I never thought there would be the day where I was thinking, where the hell is Mitt Romney and Sarah Palin?
Well,
Because
Mitt Romney is considering becoming Secretary of State, apparently.
well, thank God.
Well-
I mean,
I don't think he's
never-
going to take the job.
Why don't you think he's going to take the job?
Because wouldn't he have to do what the Donald wants him to do? Like
I
throw the
don't
Muslims in internment camps
It's
and
just-
build a wall?
We're just in a alternate
It's a
universe
mess
right now.
and that's why we're drinking.
Oh, is that why we're drinking?
We're drinking
We're
today.
drinking
on
tonight.
Food for
So this,
Thought.
we've never recorded the show at this time of day.
Right.
Usually we do it in the morning,
Yes.
9 o'clock in the morning.
And
and
it's
it's
now just
it's
about
almost
5 o'clock,
dark
and
out.
and Trump is about to be president, and we need to drink.
Woohoo!
And Laura and Mario closed on our home today,
Closed
so
on their
we're
house.
sort of celebrating.
Close in their house.
Okay, all right. So we're going to go to a happy hour after this, by the way.
And we're going to happy hour.
Everybody who's watching live, we're going to go to happy hour
Yeah.
Triumph right after this. We'll see you there in about
New
an hour.
Hope, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Be there.
Try it.
So, what are we going to have? We'll have the chicken wings, right?
Usually,
have-
yeah.
Do you
it's
have
pretty
the
much a
nachos?
standard.
I don't love their nachos. Have you ever had their nachos? Okay, so
With you,
I like
yeah.
nachos that are sort of traditional with just the blend of cheeses, a lot of cheese, and fresh sliced jalapenos.
And I don't like when they are so piled that only like the top third gets any of the
It's
good
like
Get the
stuff.
cheese.
nachos.
It's all
And also, they have pot roast on it, which is so unusual. They always serve
It's
the
the
nachos
or
with pot
it's
roast.
shredded. Sometimes they do barbecue, like pulled pork on it, right?
I think it's pot roast.
No, it's
It's a
It's
pork.
beef.
It's pork.
It is pork?
It's
I
well,
thought it was
no,
beef.
he's right. It's beef. But anyway, so yeah, so you would think that that's nachos
Braised.
101.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that anywhere else? Braised beef on a nacho when you order nachos?
No.
No.
I've never seen it.
Nachos 101, okay? How many times am I going to go to a restaurant where there's a mountain of chips?
And this much topping.
and the topping is just over. You need to
And
flatten
everybody fights
out
for
the
those
chips.
like cheese filled.
All right, but that's
The
later.
cheesy
So,
ones.
holiday recipes. So I just booked a job for you. Those of you who don't know, I'm a caterer. I should have called my company Small Potatoes because that's all I'll do.
It's not too change. You could change it. It's not too late.
I like small potatoes.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Because I don't do big parties
Small
anymore.
Potatoes
I
Catering
like
Company.
small dinner parties. I'm never going to get rich
I like it.
ever, but I'm happy. So
That's all that matters.
I booked something in January, and I booked something at December 23rd, but I'm still looking for work. Like, what the
Yeah,
heck? With the holiday season, you get busy right away. I don't.
Well, you will.
I hope. Thank God for Thumbtack. Thumbtack.com. Saved my life.
What starts
So
us
our
off is
first
our
sponsor.
Thanksgiving to go. You know, we do the
Thanksgiving
to
to
go
go.
orders, and you know we have quite a few. And people come in and they get soup to nuts, they get the turkey, they get the sides, they get the salads, the
For like a couple
baked
$100.
goods. Yeah, comes out to.
So, Laura, why don't
comes
you
out
share-
to like 40, maybe $50 a person,
Which is so
soup to
worth
nuts.
it. Oh my gosh, not to have to do anything.
Plus, most of our clients will take the food home because we have it. They're picking it up the day before, basically. So they've got to reheat things. The turkeys are ready to roast. So that we have, you know, the directions and everything, and tell them how to do everything. And the majority of the people that I think get from us, they take it home and put it in their own dishes, and then
And they
you
act
know,
like they
it
made
looks
it.
like they did
they
it.
kind of pass it off as their
Yeah.
own.
But that's okay.
Which is fine.
So can
It
we
sounds like an I
share?
Love Lucy episode
Can we share?
where she burns
Lucy Goes
everything and she
Catering?
goes out and buys stuff.
Actually, what is that episode? Is there a Mrs. Doubtfire? You remember in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah.
Where Robin Williams goes and buys dinner and like throws it all together. I think it's
I
Robin
don't know.
Williams.
But can we
can't
share
remember.
the ultimate? Now this has been done before, so she's not the first one bringing it up. But I this year for the first time, we are hosting Thanksgiving at my boyfriend's house, and I'm going to be cooking the turkey.
Turkeying? You'll be
Cooking
turkeying?
the turkey.
Okay, no more wine for dinner.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Turkeying.
Breast down.
Yeah, that's the way to
So-
go.
That's the way to go.
That is the way to go. All the juices go down to
The
breast.
juices and the fat
You turn it over in
protect
the
the
last
breast.
like 45 minutes before it's done.
So wait, if total cooking time is, let's say, 3 hours, you're going to say 45 of the last bit
Yeah.
is breast up.
Yes.
To get the skin
get it
crispy
browned.
and stuff.
Yep.
So makes total sense because
Yeah.
it's the
My
fat
mother,
and even the fact
Jessie
that it's
Mangone's recipe. That's how she does it. My mother-in-law.
not
she always
stuffed,
cooks
and we're
it.
not going to stuff our turkeys
No.
this year because if you bring your turkey to about 145 degrees, which is really what you need to
What you
take it
do-
when you take it out of the oven because it's going to continue to cook.
Yep.
And which is why 99% of people in this country and all over the
Dry
world
turkey.
have only ever had dried turkey, overcooked turkey.
It's cooked to 160.
all
Then you
they've
take
ever
it out.
had.
By the time it rests for an hour, it's 185.
So they don't know. They don't
Yeah.
know if
Yeah.
to have something that's cooked, as the French say,
A
à
point.
point. À point.
A point.
Yes. Or until it's just done.
Right.
You got to take it out when it's 145, so it goes to 165. Don't stuff it if you're going to do this because there's a chance that in the middle of that stuffing is not going to get hot enough.
There's
to be
more than a
safe.
chance. There's
There's
yeah.
a good chance.
Yeah.
So if you're going to cook it right, don't stuff it.
Right.
Well, that
Just
said,
saying.
I've had stuffed turkeys every year of my life, and I never got sick from it.
Because you had them
Because
overcooked.
you had
Because they're
overcooked
overcooked,
and they were
probably.
dry.
You
right?
had them overcooked, and that's
Possibly
why
why.
you never got sick.
That's probably why.
So this will be your first year that you're going to have real the
If
way
you
it's
make,
supposed
if you
to be
make
done.
your
Okay.
stuffing a little bit moister than you normally would, and you cook it just in a baking dish, a casserole dish, out of the turkey, and you do it thick enough, you're still going to get that creaminess that you like from when it's inside the bird. Yes, you won't have as much fat content, but you can add that as you're making it. You can put more butter in it. You can put more stock in it. You can make it moister. And then you still have that creaminess, and you also get the extra added lovely crispy top.
I still love the stuffing from the bird. I don't know if I'm going to get over that.
Yeah.
Anytime
Do
soon.
you make gravy, Laura?
I make great gravy. Actually, that's my job. I've always done that at my mother-in-law's house.
What's
or
your
my
secret for
sister-in-law's.
gravy?
Secret for gravy is my little separator. Do you know the little pitcher that you can pour
Yes.
all the drippings into?
Oh,
and
yeah,
It has the
yeah.
spout at the bottom, so you're taking just the deliciousness and the fat is staying in it.
Right, because it separates.
Yeah. So when you take your turkey out of the oven, you are going to take the turkey out of the pan that you have just roasted it
No,
in.
wait, I got to interrupt.
Yeah.
I like to use, when I make gravy. I liked the fat. I like the fat. I don't.
I'm using
I
some
don't
of the fat.
strain out
I'm
the
using-
You
fat.
don't strain the fat out?
No.
I'm using the fat.
Fat.
I'm using some of the fat. I'm not using all of the fat.
I use
mean,
all the fat.
depending on your turkey, you may have, this much fat.
Right.
And to this
Okay.
much stock.
Carry on.
Carry on. Continue. So after you take your bird, and usually we roast it with the mirepoix in there, so there's onion, celery, carrots. You can put all kinds of herbs in it, but you wouldn't put them in too far. You wouldn't put them in early in the roasting process because they'll get bitter, but you can add them later if you wanted to add thyme or rosemary or whatever. I usually use thyme with my turkey. So then you take it out of once you take it out and it's now going to rest, you take it out of the roasting pan. You strain out all of the vegetables that you have in there, which are hopefully beautifully caramelized. You take out the broth or in stock, all your drippings, and put that in either in a separator or just put it in a bowl where you can separate the fat from the stock. And then to the roasting pan, because you hopefully have a lovely fond in there, the dark, crispy stuff that's on the pan.
Stuck to the pan.
Which is, that's
Oh, yeah,
what
the
you
stuff you
want,
have
all
to
flavor. Yeah, you put that.
loosen.
Yep, you loosen that up, put some stock in it.
What's that called?
Fond. F-O-N-D.
What those called?
Fond.
Turkey crap.
I didn't know what that was. I
Turkey
never knew
crab?
that.
No, it's fond.
Fond.
So you,
I'm fond of.
I'm fond of fond. Yes,
deglaze that a little bit, get that out of there. You want all of that. And then back into that pan, or you can even do it in another pan. Take some of the fat from your drippings and flour, and you make a roux. And you can make as much as you want.
Hold it.
Hold it.
Flour and drippings, and you make a roux.
Correct.
So you're taking the fat from the turkey,
dripping, fat from your drippings.
and you're going
'Cause
to add
it's now
flour to it.
separated.
And now in a separate pan, you're going to add flour to that fat.
Correct.
And you're going to whisk it, and you want it to get to like
And
a
you
paste,
want to let
right?
like a paste. You want to let it cook out until it gets a little nutty. It's got to be bubbly.
I don't do this, but okay.
Yeah. And then usually I make a ton of roux, so I take some of that out because roux has, I can't remember the ratio, but about 3 tablespoons of roux will thicken 2 cups of liquid. So I
And-
usually make a lot of it, and I take that
And
out because then I see how much drippings I have. I put some more stock in it. Sometimes I put a crush of clove of garlic
The
in
flour?
it. Sorry.
The flour has been incorporated in
The
the roux.
flour is in with the drippings from the
The
turkey.
other
You've
thing-
made a roux.
Got
A note on roux: you got to add hot roux goes into a hot liquid.
Yeah.
Don't add a cold roux to a.
But I have the roux in the pan and I'm adding the liquid to it. I'm not adding the
Okay.
roux to the...
That's really interesting. I don't do it that way.
No. How do you do it?
I take the turkey out.
Okay.
I use the exact same pan. I don't strain it. I don't do shiitake. I just pour in some water
Yeah.
and get that all going. And then I take a jar which has cold water and flour in it, and I shake it up.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And then I just pour that in, and I stir, and I simmer till it's nice and thick.
Okay.
I leave all the fat
So
in.
you're not cooking out your flour, but it's the same process. It's just
But I wonder if the
reverse.
roux I would have
The purpose
slightly-
of making a roux,
a better tasting, less.
well, you wouldn't. It would. The purpose of a roux is you're cooking out the gluten in the
cooking
flour.
out the gluten in the flour.
Right.
But
so,
am I cooking
so
out
when
the
you
gluten?
when people just make a paste out of flour and water and add that to something, you're really not cooking out the
Okay,
gluten.
but I'm still putting flour into a hot liquid.
Yeah.
Isn't that cooking out the
No.
gluten? No.
No. It's
All
gotta,
right.
It's
I'm gonna
gotta-
try- I'm
that's
gonna
why
do it
you
your
cook-
way this year.
when you make a roux, you've got to let it cook. It's got to be,
Right, you
a
want
little
it to
bit
be
dark, you want
nutty.
nutty and darkened a bit. That's what
right.
it's doing. It's cooking out the gluten in the flour.
Okay, now we gave some other
And it's
Thanks.
delicious. I
delish.
should say.
So we gave some other Thanksgiving
good.
recipes. I want you to just repeat one in case
Okay.
there was one that really intrigued me. It was your
The cranberry.
famous cranberry
Yeah,
chutney.
it's actually it's not really my famous cranberry chutney.
Why not?
It's, because it was part of a fundraising event that I did for 22 years. Bottoms up, I'm good. I got to drive home.
gonna
It was
eat
part
them.
of a fundraising event that I did for 22 years called Thanksgiving in the Country. And this recipe was their secret cranberry chutney recipe that no one knew the recipe to except me and my predecessor who did the luncheon.
Now, my favorite part of this recipe is the fact that, and I think people who have made cranberry sauce before will all be intrigued to that, it actually includes cooked cranberries as well as raw cranberries.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It has whole cranberry sauce. It has
Canned.
whole berry cranberry sauce. It has jellied cranberry sauce. It has whole cranberries that you chop up in the Cuisinart, celery, raisins, ginger, apples, all just, like
Raw?
small dice.
Everything
Everything's
raw.
Small dice.
that's amazing to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Raw celery.
Concentrated orange juice. Frozen concentrated orange juice for a little
Right.
tartness. It's good. It's awesome.
So
and I
it's
have
got-
some in my freezer at home that I forgot to bring
I know you were going to bring it.
I know.
That's right. You keep saying you're going to bring that over.
I know.
Okay, we're running out of
am.
time. We're running out of time. When we come back, I've got some recipes I cooked today for my client in Princeton. I'd like to share nothing crazy over the top, but I'll share what I made today. And then I have a party that I'm bidding on, which they want British food, which
Ooh.
nothing sucks more than British food.
Oh, that's not true.
And-
British food has come.
No, come on.
Come a
All right,
long
we're out when
way.
we come back. When we come back on Food for Thought.
Okay.
That was right on time, ladies. Very good first segment. No.
Welcome back to Food for Thought. I'm Cookie Anderson with Delish, personal chef and catering services.
And I'm Laura Mangone with Chambers Walk. Kind of love our music.
Yeah, where's Johnny Boy?
I love our intro music.
Oh, thank you.
Johnny Boy is now selling beds.
What?
He's
Yeah.
a bed salesman.
He's selling beds.
We had another co-host. I call him Johnny Boy. He's my little brother. He was a chef, and that's why he was on the show.
He was a huge chef out in Arizona.
Arizona. He had
Like
you
a
know,
four-star
couple of different
restaurant.
restaurants. He won awards.
Yeah, he was on the front page, right, of the Arizona Monthly.
He was in magazine articles. He won awards, and
Yeah.
then he lost everything due to alcoholism and mental illness.
There you go.
So,
So
But
there
he's
you
back.
go.
He's back now.
but he's back.
He is back.
He had a brain tumor. He had ECT, electroconvulsive therapy,
Consultant.
and now he's happy as a clam.
Yep, he doesn't drink at all.
Doesn't drink at all anymore, and he's happy as a clam. And he was our one of our co-hosts, but now he turned into a realtor.
He was a realtor for a while.
He was a realtor for a few
He
months.
changed his name to Jack.
Changed his name to Jack, and now he's selling beds.
Okay.
He's selling
he still does catering.
$10,000 bet, right? They're like
Yeah, they're
super
beds that you
expensive,
sell to
super,
chiropractors and
yeah.
stuff.
Wait a minute, no more Blue Bottle now?
Still a blue bottle.
Did we miss the... Oh, he's
Still
still
a
Blue
waiter.
Bottle.
No,
Blue
he's
bottle.
still there.
We missed the window on that.
No, he's still there.
So anyway, the first thing. Okay, this is boring, but there was a culinary term that I wanted to ask Laura. I have not gone to culinary school. Laura and Johnny Boy have. So sometimes.
Okay,
The
prepare
terms.
my stumped look on my face.
Okay, so you know what it is to butterfly something.
I do.
Okay, and so for those who don't know, it's you sort of.
And now we have visual.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I
if
can
you have a
actually
chicken
go
breast
like this.
that's like this,
So it's
you make
flat.
it like this.
And you cut horizontally here, and then you open it up like a book, right? So you can do it with a flank steak.
You could do it with the breast of veal. You
You
can
can do it with anything, but
anything.
technically, butterflying is the one single cut through the center, not all the way through, and it opens up like a book.
Technically, butterflying is 2 cuts. Put your hands up like this. It's a cut this way, so this is flapping open, and it's a cut this way, so this is flapping open.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Uh-oh. The ladies are
Is
arguing.
that the question? Butterflying?
Well, okay, but every time
It's
I've
making an
butterflied
opening. Yeah, I mean,
something,
it doesn't
I've
have to be
opened
precise,
it
but-
one. Okay, but I did something else with a pork loin, not
You
tenderloin.
could also, make a pocket with a knife this way. If you'd like to stuff like a chop, you can stuff it. You take the point of
Right,
your
that's
knife
different.
and
That's
you do
not a
that.
butterfly.
No,
that's
not.
a pocket.
Right.
Okay, so I took a pork loin, which was about, 4 or 5 inches thick, and I started to cut horizontally on the bottom by about an inch up.
Right.
And I made it until I was about an inch from the end,
Right.
and then I just changed the angle of my knife
Right.
so that I just kept doing
So
that.
you flapped it out
ultimately,
like a jelly roll.
yeah,
Exactly.
it opened up like a book, but it was several.
Do you remember?
But I thought there was a different term for that.
No, there's not. It's butterflying. It's, yeah.
The chick
Whether
on
you
the
just
YouTube
put-
video said it was a different term. I just can't remember what it is.
So do you remember your fabulous birthday party?
Yeah.
And I brought the stuffed pork loin?
Yes.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Did
So
that exactly, and you roll it out like a jelly roll. So you have a piece of meat that's
That's
thick.
this thick, and if you
I
wanna-
made that
I
yummy
didn't bother-
spinach and beef filling, and then rolled it back up and tied it.
so the filling, okay, I did spinach, artichoke hearts,
Yum.
garlic,
I'm with you. So far.
panko,
Yum.
and a little bit of, I thought it was pesto that I had in my freezer, but it was chimichurri. And I thought, what the hell? I'll put in
I
some
bet it was good.
chimichurri. And yeah, so you just generously salt and pepper. Does it ever freak you out when people don't salt their meat?
Freak me out? No. Is it improper? Yes. You need to salt your meat.
Especially a raw meat,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
salt and pepper it. Anyway, so I made that filling with, I did a bunch of olive oil too, because I thought it needed some, the pork
Moistness,
loin
yeah.
is so lean, you need some fat.
Yeah.
And then as I had that kind of flat thing of pork loin, and then you pack on all the stuff, and then you roll it up. You don't want to squeeze it too tight because
Right.
your filling will start to squeeze out and pour out. One thing that I will admit that I've never mastered, because I do believe it takes skill, and it's something that I've just never taken the time to get the skill. But when I roll up a roast,
Yeah.
a flank steak, a pork loin, any
Whatever.
kind of roast, I just take separate pieces of string and I
And tie
tie
a
them
million.
each. I don't do, how
don't
you
do
see
the
on,
flip
I
and the
don't
flip?
because
I'll show you. It's so easy. And
but
it's
it
fun.
looks like something that you'd have to get good at.
You don't.
though, and I don't
you don't.
feel like
you
putting
don't.
in that kind of time.
You don't. You just tie it once, and you just take it over and twist it, and then take it over and twist it.
All right,
and
you're gonna
it
have to
does
show
your
me.
Nice little, it ends up around.
Right, I know.
around.
I've seen it a million
Yeah.
times. I
it's
just
so
have
easy.
it.
I'll show you. It's so easy to do.
All right.
And it's. I mean, you can do a whole, this in like 30 seconds,
All right.
as opposed.
She's
to
going to teach me.
You're dying.
I've always done it that way. Okay, so I did for my client today, and I
That
stole
sounds
it.
delicious.
I stole it from. So I'm gonna salt and pepper the outside of that after I tie it. I want her to put it into a 450 degree oven, olive oil, the whole thing, 450 for about 15 minutes, just to kind of get the outside, and then turn it down to 350. It's a small roast, so I'm thinking check it at 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I want it to be at 137.
Right.
137 for pork. It's
Oh,
right?
internal temp.
Because it's going to
Gotcha.
carry over cook, and
That
it's going to
seems
end
so
up
low.
at 140. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's perfect.
It's like medium.
It's going to be
Is it
nice,
137?
moist pork.
But
It's
what do you
not going to
want?
be
You want a
dry.
150 of it ultimately, right?
No, it could be
No.
145. It could be
Pork, nobody's-
142, 143.
Nobody's
it
going to
doesn't
get
have to be-
trichinosis. That's what
No.
we were all worried about 50 years
Yeah.
ago. Nobody's going to
No.
get that from pork. So you can actually eat pork medium rare, but
You can, but
I don't think it's as good medium rare. I think
No.
pork just kind of needs to be medium. It needs to be warm all the way through, but don't cook it past 137. I'm telling you. So I
Okay.
stole.
So there.
I stole a recipe from. There's not a lot of Food Network chefs who I love, but I do like Ina Garten.
I love her.
I think that she's like a no
Frills. Yep.
baloney
No
kind of
nonsense.
no shtick. Her recipes are all very good. She
and
seems to have
Jeffrey
a
loves everything.
Jeffrey loves everything.
Jeffrey will be home soon.
Yes. But this was the simplest recipe. I just hadn't ever prepared a chicken exactly this way. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that. It was really
Right.
easy too. So it's called a skillet chicken. Mm-hmm. So you take a whole chicken and you take the back out of it.
Yep.
And you
flatten it.
butterfly it in a sense. So I kind of cracked the
Spread it
breast,
out.
spread it out so it was flat. But first, on top of the skillet, I have a bunch of sliced lemons, sliced red onion, just a lot of them, and some sliced garlic, a little salt and pepper on that. And then on the chicken, both sides, and you want to dry off the chicken with paper towels. I never wash a chicken. Do you?
Never.
Don't wash your chicken.
I always wash my chicken.
You shouldn't. You know why?
No.
Because most salmonella is transferred because people are washing their chickens and there's chicken juice all over their kitchen and on their faucet
true.
and on their refrigerator door. When people come in with black lights, that's where all the crap is. Yes.
Okay, but
do
wait-
not wash your chickens.
But wait a minute, you don't know where that chicken's been.
That chicken
When you
has
got
been
it
in
at
a
the supermarket.
processing plant.
Yeah, gross.
Not
It
gross.
needs to be
You're
real
cooking
soft.
it. You're going to cook
You're
it to
cooking it.
temperature.
Anything
You're cooking.
bad
You are
is gonna
killing
be dead.
anything that might be on there. You are
Seriously.
You are more at risk from the juice of the chicken sitting now at room temperature on the edge of your counter or the sink or the faucet or the anything else you may have touched or
Wow.
splashed.
I've only talked to a couple
Yeah.
of other chefs on this, but they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't learn this in culinary school, though, do you?
You don't actually.
You just
but
learn
when
it
I went to
from-
school, it wasn't like
From
you
the
know,
school of
nobody
hard
was
knocks.
as salmonella crazy as Yes, we had sanitation and we had nutrition classes and sanitation and OSHA and all that, but
yeah, but it
it
wasn't the giant
as
fear of
we
liability
didn't
as
have,
today.
and we didn't have the germophobia that we have today.
So anyway, I pat dried my chicken because I
Yes.
want to have a crisp skin when it's cooked, and if you don't pat it dry, you run the risk of not having that. So to season the chicken, I put fennel seed and dried thyme and salt, generous salt and pepper in a spice mill, and just ground it
Nice.
all up so it was like a powder. And I added that to about a cup or maybe 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. And you take that mixture and you just generously brush it all around the chicken. And then you put the skin side up of that butterflied whole chicken
Right.
over the lemon, garlic, and onions.
Right.
And you bake it at 450 for about 30 minutes.
Nice.
And then you take it out and you drizzle a little bit of white wine.
Covered
and
or
lemon juice.
uncovered?
What?
Covered or uncovered?
Uncovered. Definitely uncovered.
Nice.
And then for the last 15 minutes, you sprinkle some like white wine around the edges and a little bit of lemon juice.
Voila.
What's that called again?
Easy breezy.
C'est voila.
It's called skillet chicken.
Lemon chicken?
Well,
Lemon-
it's very similar to my fast panini machine. I have a panini press on my counter, sort of like my toaster. And my go-to, if Mario's working nights and I want to make myself a quick dinner, I get a chicken breast or a chicken thigh or whatever, and I shake it up in a bag with lemons and salt and pepper and olive oil. And I get the panini press hot, and I put it on there with the lemons, with the whole thing. And I close the panini press, and I run upstairs, and I get changed, and I come down, and then I turn it and put flip the lemons over, all just on my little counter panini. Then I usually take the dogs out for a walk. Then when I come back, I take that off, that's done. I take that off, I throw a handful of spinach on it, hit it with lemon juice, olive oil, close it up. 2 seconds later, wipe that off, same thing. Lemon, garlic, yumminess, little chard.
Panini.
Less
pan.
is more.
Delish.
It's a lot of. I like with not to get off on too much of a chicken tangent, but one of my favorite recipes in terms of lemon and chicken is I do a lemon rosemary chicken, and I will take the what is it called when you stuff it under the skin?
Yeah. Larding.
Larding. I take butter and soften the butter with a lot of chopped garlic and rosemary and salt and pepper, and I lard the bird. So you push that butter and herb mixture in between the skin and the meat. And then on the top, I do some of the dried herbs and sliced lemons. And then I take that granulated brown sugar. You know granulated brown sugar?
Yeah.
So you take the granulated brown sugar and you sprinkle it thoroughly over each lemon slice, and those lemon slices bake with the chicken on top of the chicken, somewhere on the bottom of the pan. And what you end up with is like awesome caramelized lemon slice that's been cooking in chicken juices that you can eat.
You can just eat the whole thing.
You just eat the whole thing. Yeah, my lemons, I eat the whole thing too. It's just, it's so good.
I made a turmeric
So
chicken
good.
the other day.
You did?
'Cause I'm trying to eat more turmeric.
Tell us.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I say turmeric, but
She says turmeric.
she
I say
says
turmeric.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much
You say potato.
turmeric and salt and pepper, and just baked it.
And why was that? It was turmeric all you had in the pantry?
No, I'm trying to eat turmeric. Turmeric is good for you.
Turmeric
Very,
is
very
really good
you.
for your
And so I'm
joints.
trying to eat more of it.
It's an anti-inflammatory. I actually
And
take it in pill form.
Well, it tastes really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
Except it
hide
makes your teeth orange.
It does.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
It does.
No, but you should.
I mean,
turmeric
I'm
is
not eating that much.
good for
No.
a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why I'm
A
eating more,
lot
and
of
it's actually
things.
quite tasty. It's quite delicious.
But you know what, Robbie? If you're going to do spice therapy, you can't. You need more than that. More
Oh,
than
I know
just what
that.
you would sprinkle
Yeah,
on a
you
chicken.
need to take it.
You need to take
You
it.
can get it at the health food store. Just take a supplement. I take
I take supplements as well, but
But turmeric specifically,
Or
you're
do-
not going to eat enough turmeric to make a dent in your anti-inflammatory
No?
properties.
Spice
no.
toddy. Spice toddy. Mm-hmm. I thought
with
I
turmeric?
invented this, but there's a toddy that I used to make, and I've made it for you before you would get sick, and that it's made from turmeric. So the dried spices would be turmeric. I have to remember now, oregano,
Nice.
ginger.
cumin, coriander. These are all the dried spices. Okay, then to that I add raw garlic, lots of it. Well, let me back up. So
And are you chopping? You're chopping this, or you're mortar and pestling this? What are you doing?
whatever.
Okay.
So the dried stuff you
else?
put in a chicken stock and you let it like cook, steep for a while in the stock. Then when it's nice and hot, take it out. Add crushed red pepper, pureed ginger, either finely chopped or pureed, and raw garlic. If you're getting sick, you won't get sick.
Yeah, that's good.
And so there's a bunch.
It's a
If you
good
look up
combination.
all of these different
Ginger,
spices,
yeah, ginger, garlic, absolutely.
they address so many health issues. And I have cured things for myself with things like spices and apple
Yeah,
cider vinegar.
absolutely.
So you should definitely do that.
Absolutely.
But you got to do more than a sprinkle on your chicken.
Apple cider vinegar is like
Cures everything.
cures everything. You take a couple of tablespoons every
I have
day.
that. I have
It
that. It
cures
literally,
AIDS.
better AIDS, but it's really
Well, I'm
good
also
for your
drinking my
system.
Chinese tea. You know, I go into the city and they make a Chinese tea.
Good.
I have no idea. That doesn't taste very good, but it's good for you. So I drink it.
Okay.
All right. So next recipe.
But hold on a second. I just want to say that I brought the chicken up to 160. And then I
Okay.
took it out of the stove. So,
you
you're saying that was too
you
So
much.
you
overcooked it.
overcooked it.
But not really, though, because when I cut into it, it was
Cooked
almost raw. I mean, it was the consistency of.
I
Time
think,
out.
I
Like-
think
What do
it's
you mean by
different.
almost raw?
I mean,
160 degrees is not almost raw.
it was cooked,
Did you use a thermometer?
but it was very soft.
Did you use
on the
an
inside.
instant thermometer?
Yes, one of the stick it in there. Thing.
I think the
So.
bigger the bird, the
was
more
4.5
it's going to
pounds.
cook. The longer it's going to
4.5
cook.
pounds.
No, but I'm saying it's a turkey compared to a little chicken.
Right.
I think the bigger the bird, there's more mass there that's going to stay hot and it's going to cook longer.
Well, the carryover, yeah, definitely.
The carryover cooking
Absolutely.
is going to be longer.
Yeah.
All right. We're running out of time again. What the heck? Okay.
What the heck?
So pan-seared scallops.
What the frittata?
Just a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, reduce with white wine. Okay, so you sear the scallops, take them out.
Yes.
Then I put clam juice, the good one, Bar Harbor, white
Yep.
wine, cooked it down, chopped up capers, tomato paste, simmered that for a bit, added some butter.
Bam.
We don't say that.
I'm saying it. I'm not saying it like he says it because I hate him. I'm just saying, bam, you did it.
Okay.
Drop the mic.
We need our own. We need our own BAM. We're going to think about that.
Well, it was my bam. It was not.
When
it
we
has
come
nothing
back,
to do with him.
When we come back on Food for Thought.
At the old house.
And welcome back to Food for Thought. I'm Cookie Anderson.
And I'm Laura Mangone with Chambers Walk.
How do you like that wine? That's Old York Cellars wine.
It's awful.
Oh, don't say that.
Sorry.
What is this?
It's
What
weasel piss.
Exit Wines? Is that the name of it?
Old York Cellars. They made that and they put Network Lamberville on it. You know, we have Network Lamberville December 1st. Deirdre's going to be the
I'm
caterer.
gonna be
supposed to be
catering
a
the
New
last-
Jersey reference. What exit?
Yeah,
Yes.
they make the What Exit wines. Yeah, I
I'm
think their
gonna be
wines are
catering-
excellent. That may just have been a bad bottle, but
Well,
I think their wines are excellent.
Well, this one is not.
it's
Sorry.
It's growing on us. It needed to breathe.
Well, after a few sips, who really cares? You know,
It needed to breathe a little bit. Taste it now. It's totally different.
it's all right. So is the next Network Lambertville the last Network Lambertville?
Probably the last one's going to be catered. I'm going to change it next year.
Okay, so I
do a
have
whole
the
death of
honor
animal.
of catering.
You did the first one
the
5 years
last-
ago.
I did the
The
first
last.
one. I will be doing the last one.
Awesome.
I know you're only going to pay me like not that much. If I have extra money,
$100.
I would like to. He's going to pay me $100.
We have witnesses
$100.
at the moment.
But I would like to. If I have the money, I'd like to put something into it, make it nice. But I can't promise that.
No, don't.
I can't
What do you
promise that.
usually? What did you make the first time?
Well, we made simple but delicious things like chicken marbella.
She went a bit crazy on some of them.
Chicken
Remember you did like a
marbella.
big salmon one time?
I did a side of salmon. I
Gigantic
did
salmon
paella.
thing.
I did pork loin with different sauces. I mean, it wasn't. These people are paying $20 a head for a networking meeting to include dinner, so the expectation was not high. So, but I didn't want it to be
Right.
pizza. I mean, I wanted it. So I used to
Right.
choose just cost-effective stuff and
Right. Good.
try to make it special.
Here's a random thought.
Yeah.
Do you remember the jokes with this thing?
No.
When these corkscrews used to be really popular?
Tail Bouchon.
Jack LaLanne,
I do not remember
Mark
that.
Spitz,
I do.
Linda Blair.
I do not.
So I always think
This
of that.
show is now officially a video show because
I
people on the
always
radio
think
have
of that
no
when I
idea what
see
you're doing
these.
right
I cannot help it.
She's flapping the arms up and down and
Jack LaLanne.
spinning the corkscrew thingy.
All right. This segment,
Why do
we're
we
going
have
to
two
talk
corks?
about.
You guys
warm
have
up.
behaved differently this time of day.
Well, yeah,
We're a little
normally-
punchy, and we have wine.
So I had a client that found me on Thumbtack, and they said, we would like, cocktail party for 25 people, and they wanted the food to be a British theme. And of course, my heart sank.
Stop it, because there's a lot of British chefs who would. I mean,
Bangers
okay,
and
wait.
mash for everybody.
Wait a minute. Okay, let's back this up.
okay.
I'm not talking about current when you're a caterer and somebody says we want British food.
Yes.
You know what they want?
They want
fish and chips.
Fish and chips, steak and kidney pie, or
Scotch eggs,
or bangers and mash, or
Right.
they want traditional
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
So
That's
always
how
big
they
one.
want.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They don't want the
And stick
latest
to your ribs food.
Right.
English chef. So, I was kind of like, ugh. So,
Well, you can zip them up. You can put your creative spin on things.
well, I did. I came up with this, as a matter of fact.
yes,
Mini beef Wellingtons.
lovely. Okay.
So little, like, bite-sized beef Wellingtons. Now I'm going to have to sear all those little pieces of beef. Really?
Crazy girl.
Yeah. So mini beef Wellingtons, they'll be in puff pastry, and they'll have little toothpicks, and then they can dip it into their, I'm going to make like a glacé, like I made
Yep.
last time with
Yep.
the Madeira and Merlot.
Yeah.
The Scotch eggs,
Yeah.
I'm going to use quail eggs.
Oh my gosh, you're so adorable.
And make the little
Which are
tiny
this big.
quail eggs are like this big, and a Scotch egg is a regular hard-boiled egg that's encased in sausage and cooked, and that's basically it. That's basically all it
that's
is,
it.
right? So
It's like a sausage stuffing on the
Because I'm
outside
trying
of
to
the
make-
Sounds
egg.
disgusting.
Well,
By the way.
if you don't like,
It needs-
I'm not an egg fan. I usually eat the outside. I usually eat
Yeah,
the sausage.
I always
off
thought
the
it needs a sauce,
outside.
though. Doesn't it need a
Yeah,
sauce?
you can
Is
serve
the
it
egg,
with
like,
the
well
sauce,
done?
Yeah.
I would do like a
Hard-boiled?
remoulade.
I would do like a hollandaise personally because I like it with
Hollandaise,
the egg.
I don't know. I don't know. But
You
I'm
could
going to
do
do some
remoulade.
kind of sauce. But I'm going to do the quail egg, so they'll be teeny weeny.
Right.
Cute.
It's hard-boiled egg.
Cutesy-wootsy. What?
Hard-boiled egg.
Hard-boiled quail egg.
I'm not a fan of hard-boiled eggs.
Me neither.
What's wrong with you?
I don't. I
I
hate
like
them.
them runny.
Hate them. Hate with a
You
capital.
how can you hate
capital
hard-boiled egg?
H. My brothers ruined me for eggs. They used to eat soft-boiled eggs in front of me, and my Paul would tell me like what it is, and do you know what this is, and you know what this was going to be if we weren't eating it, and it totally grossed me out.
Deirdre doesn't like eggs very much. She only eats them scrambled.
The only eggs that I eat
I
are
can't-
eggs that are so scrambled with, or a frittata basically, with so much stuff in it that basically the egg is just there to hold it all together.
So you don't like egg salad?
Oh my gosh, no. And I had this conversation with my sister yesterday
See, I
because
really
I
like
went to
egg
the city
salad.
market yesterday. We had a nice little breakfast, and I got it was like a breakfast quesadilla kind of. Had vegetables and cheese and egg, and I said, I want the egg really well done, and it's scrambled, right? And he said yes. And then I proceeded to watch him make it, and he had 3 fried flattened eggs.
no.
And as soon as he put it down, I was like, okay. And I pulled them
No,
out,
I
and my
can't- I
sister
can't
ate
do
them.
that.
No.
So you don't like poached eggs?
Oh
Oh my God, it's like the best.
no,
No,
sir.
I can't eat
Eggs
a raw
Benedict?
yolk.
I just
Nope.
I like
It's like the best.
I like the English muffin with the Canadian
The
ham and the hollandaise.
Yeah,
But not
Sans
the-
egg,
not the
no
egg.
egg.
Oh, that's
so
the
anyway,
best part.
No.
So on to more British food. So
Yes.
fish and chips. Okay, how do you make that elegant?
You
so
could do small
Deep fried.
I'm gonna do. Well, I'm gonna
Small
fry.
fish
I'm
bites.
gonna do some sort of potato fried. I'm not sure how.
How about you do little shells, just a little shell, and you put the little fish bite in it.
I could do that.
yeah.
I could
Like
do
red potatoes.
Wait a minute.
Turn them.
Wait, I could do thinly sliced potatoes that I push into little muffin
Tins.
and brush
Yeah.
them with oil and make the
You
little
got it.
the little cup.
Or
And
you
then
can
take-
save yourself a step and get some lovely hash browns or grate them and do it like it's a nest.
Oh, there you go.
Or
with
a nest.
the fish
Yes.
in it.
And so then I'll take a little piece of fried fish and I'll put it in that cup.
Beautiful.
And then I'm going to make a balsamic
It's gotta-
reduction,
yeah, it's got to have a vinegar.
right?
'Cause- Yeah.
Yes, you have to have that.
So I'll do a little balsamic
Would there be a little
reduction.
burst of
malt-
flavor? Would it
you
be
should
inside
do
of
a
it
malt
somehow?
vinegar.
Or malt, that's what I meant to say. Malt
Yeah,
vinegar
it would be in there.
reduction.
with a reduction. I'll put a little bit
Right.
of brown sugar in it because I don't want it to
That
be
sounds
too
good.
wah, you know,
Yum.
right?
I think you're inventing this stuff. I don't think it's ever
Well,
been done before.
That's
Well-
damn right. I'm inventing it.
Yeah.
because somebody's
She's
telling me to
miniaturizing
do,
it.
Somebody tells me to do British food hors d'oeuvres, and I'm like,
She's
how am I
doing
going to
the
make this
Lilliputian version. All teeny weeny little.
teeny weeny little? People like little.
How about bangers and mash? You could do that. A little sausage with.
Whoever's
No,
listening to this
that's-
has to promise that they'll never divulge any of these secrets.
So what was the other? So we got the fish and chips. We've got the Scotch eggs,
Yeah.
little mini Scotch eggs. We've got the mini beef Wellingtons. I know I had something else.
Shepherd's
Oh,
pie, little summer
he wanted
shepherd's pie.
mincemeat pies.
Yeah.
But would you really have that during the savory portion of the party?
Well, because most British mincemeat pies are not really sweet.
They're really nasty.
Like a real chutney, a vinegary fruit.
But there's no
laden.
meat in them. It's mincemeat.
No,
it's not meat.
Yeah, no.
It's
It's
awful,
anyway.
isn't it?
It's dried fruits.
Awful.
It's not. It's awful as in OFFAL.
Isn't it?
No,
Awful.
offal is what. Are you
Offal.
saying awful?
Offal.
A-W-F-U-L?
Well, I think
or
awful
are
is
you saying
awful.
O-F-F-A?
Offal is awful.
No. You could do that.
And I'm going to
Yeah,
do little
they're yummy.
little meat pies or pasties.
Yeah.
is what they're called. I
Yes,
think.
that's
So
what
I'm.
they're called.
I'll
Will they be
just use-
shaped like pasties?
No,
Robbie? no.
Robert.
There'll be little.
I was just wondering.
like
they have little
crescent,
dangly things on them.
No.
crescent
Dough.
shaped.
Like empanada, like.
Yeah, they'll be kind of like empanadas, but
Perfect.
not too
Beautiful.
too Spanish. So that's all I got.
How about
What
some haggis?
what
That
is-
sounds good.
Oh, and then for
haggis
dessert-
is Scotch.
I know.
Haggis is Scotch.
But it's equally
For
nasty.
dessert-
And disgusting.
And disgusting.
so
That we agree
So
on.
no.
So can we think of any other like hors d'oeuvre one bite food that I can do with an English twist?
Well, let's see.
Would smoked salmon be considered
Yeah,
British?
absolutely.
Why don't I do
Yeah.
a smoked salmon
Salmon
canapé?
and
do
black
that.
bread is an Irish thing.
Or gravlax. Yeah.
But gravlax, that's Swedish.
The process, but just to have the salmon, have it flavored,
I think
cured
salmon
in a
would be
different way.
appropriate. So I'll
Yeah.
do salmon canapé, and I'll probably come up with a couple more. And and he wanted a little cheese quiche.
Nice.
Is that a British thing? I don't know.
Well,
Quiche, I
quiche
don't know.
Lorraine is a French
You said
thing,
he
but-
he said a cheese quiche, so it sounds British because it's really boring. But then the
We're going to
trifle.
hope all of our British fans aren't listening today
Well, they
or
know.
watching today.
They know very well that the old fashioned, traditional
Old-fashioned.
British fare is kind of
Tea and biscuits,
ho hum.
Marco
Tea
Pierre
sandwiches,
White
but it-
is and
scones. That's an English thing.
Nigella.
Yeah,
or-
but it's not
and
for a cocktail-
Jamie
it's a cocktail
Oliver
party.
all shaking in their boots right now.
So English trifle. I've never made it. Never made it.
I make it all the time.
You make it all the time.
Well, yeah, I used to make it all the time. I make a genoise, or a very light cake with a lot of egg whites. So you have the egg whites with sugar and the egg yolks with sugar. Put those both together, folded.
So I have to make a cake.
Yeah, I can make it for you. If you
Could you?
Yes. And then you incorporate flour, salt, and baking powder. It's very light, like so light that when you go to pick up the sheet pan, you almost like, whoa.
You almost
'cause
throw it
it's
across
so
the
light.
room?
Yes. And then once it's baked, you cut it up and you fit it in. I have lots of trifle bowls if you want it, or we have to do minis.
No. This would be
Okay.
a big one.
Yeah, I have trifle bowls.
Okay.
You layer it with pastry cream.
And they're
if
usually
you wanna
clear-
have
they're clear
fruit,
glass,
it's a clear
right?
glass plate.
Right.
That is shaped,
Get on the mic.
straight-sided. Sorry, straight-sided. And you layer it with pastry cream, and you could put a fruit compote. You could just put fresh fruit. Layered,
I would like to do
layered.
fresh-
It's
fresh
very
fruit.
pretty.
Yeah. So I actually
Yeah, I make them a lot. I used to
I've
make
never
them-
made it, but I've seen a million recipes and pictures. So I thought, well,
I would make
happy
them
to make
often
that.
because I would be trimming cakes, and I'd have a lot of cake trimmings. So that's the perfect
That's how you
application for
use the
cake. That's how you
leftover
use
cake
up the left.
trimmings.
Yeah. Yep.
Now there you have it.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's
That sounds
That's
great.
supposed to be coming up December. Actually, if I get that one, it's November 29th. Today,
Of course
we're
it
taping
is.
the show on November, what's the
18th.
The 18th.
Oh
Do you
my
think you could
gosh.
get back to me?
I just found out today that by December 1st, I have to have the Christmas tree up at work. I have to have 2 gingerbread houses, which I make by hands with candy, with lentils on the chimneys, and like a whole big process.
How big are those?
They're
Like
big.
A foot? 2 feet?
What is the? Yeah, they're about a
18.
foot by. They're about like a foot by 18 inches.
Well, okay.
2 of them.
Pretty big.
And all the Christmas cookies done. And did I mention Christmas tree up in the restaurant? By December 1st.
Which is coming
Just
up.
kill me now. It's next week. It's like,
Do we have any restaurants to plug or talk about? I did discover one that I didn't know. Did you ever have that happen? Did you know that there was now? This is a national show, so we try not to make too many local references. But the Kingwood Tavern.
yeah, I know about the Kingwood Tavern.
Never heard of it.
Never.
It's 8 miles from my house,
And
and
you
I've lived in
never
this
been?
area for 30 years, and I never knew
So
it was
what
there.
brought you there? How did you happen upon it?
It sounds like
I-
it's been there for hundreds of years.
I forget. No, I didn't go. I was searching something online.
Oh, and you.
And then
So
no.
That's not
It
a really
was-
review if you just heard of it.
It was a
You heard of it?
Facebook.
If you found it online.
No.
Does it
A
kinda-
Facebook friend.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really good friends with her, but I do know her.
Yeah.
And she said, prime rib night at the Kingwood Tavern was awesome. And I remember thinking, well, Kingwood, she must be talking about Kingwood Township, and I know I live near there. And I
Right.
looked,
There you
but of
have
course,
it.
it's some dude.
It's a neighborhood. It's like a
Some dude from New York City opened up. He opened in July. It's like then there's a picture of him in like a suit, and this is the proprietor, and I'm like, some asshole from New York City came out here.
Okay, as a New Yorker, I take offense to that. But
Okay, asshole from New York City.
okay, as
Okay.
opposed to
I thought
New
they
Yorker.
called them aspics on this show.
Oh,
Aspects,
I forgot.
right.
Oops,
Yes.
the wine. I'm sorry. We say aspic hole.
We say aspic.
sorry.
You say aspic hole. I don't.
All
say
right,
that.
we're running out of time. Next week, what are we doing? We can't drink.
Oh, are you going to be have a show next
Obviously,
week?
we can't drink.
Thanksgiving?
Oh, actually, no. We have no show
We're
Thanksgiving
going to take
week.
that day off?
We are.
Okay. How about the day
No,
after?
no.
We're gonna tape.
Yes, we are. We're doing
Friday.
a show Friday.
We're
We're
have to-
taping on Friday night.
That's correct.
Friday night.
Yes.
Yes. We're not going to give away any more about that.
We're taping on Friday night.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's going to
Okay,
be
so there may be wine.
we might even have a guest.
It'll
we might
probably
have
be
Johnny
another
Boy
one,
back.
Another one of these with wine on the table.
And Johnny Boy will be here.
I think we are going to have wine at that one too.
Okay.
And Johnny Boy will be here
Yep.
on our next episode of Food for
Food
Thought.
for thought. See you then.